The Colorado Buffaloes control their own destiny after their win over Texas Tech, and the resilience they've shown this season proves they are here to stay.
We're going to outwork them. We're going to out-recruit them. We're going to out-scout them. We're going to out-develop.
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamer, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback. Look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, has Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes proven to the country that they will be a perennial playoff contender? Let us know on X if you think so, but if you asked that 2 years ago or even last year at this time, you get clowned beyond belief. The program finished 1-11 2 seasons ago, which prompted the hiring of former NFL star and Jackson State coach Deion Sanders. That move was highly criticized for a number of reasons. It only got worse when the team went 4-8 last season and 1-8 in conference play to finish dead last in the Pac-12. And because they hired such a polarizing head coach who had 2 of his sons on the team, they weren't able to go quietly into the offseason like most teams in that position would. They were the butt end of a lot of jokes and had this clip of Coach Prime used as a focal point in a lot of memes. Here's Deion in a post-game presser early last season.
You better get us right now, because I like what I see. I love I know I have on shades, but I can see the future, and it looks really good. So I'm excited about it. I really am.
Again, he was laughed at by the entire college football world for that comment. Well, it isn't so funny now, is it? The Buffs are 7-2 on the season and 5-1 in conference play. That's good for second in the Big 12, only behind undefeated BYU, who, by the way, looked real vulnerable over the weekend. And the Buffs' comeback victory over the Red Raiders on Saturday went a long way in my mind toward believing this program has built something sustainable from the top down despite who exits in the draft in April. Colorado was down 13-0 in the first quarter and then proceeded to put on an offensive show with Shedeur Sanders tossing for 291 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Travis Hunter had 9 catches for 99 yards in the score. Oh, and he contributed to a defense that forced 7 sacks and 3 turnovers to win by double digits. But beyond just winning in comeback fashion, the Buffs showed their tremendous resilience by admirably handling all the extracurricular BS that was literally thrown their way. From a tortilla on the field that Hunter stuffed in his pants, to the water bottles thrown on the field, to Texas Tech coach Joey McGuire grabbing hold of a microphone and telling the students to cut it out, the Buffs were able to block it all out and leave Lubbock with a huge victory that propelled them into the position they are in now. Deion Sanders spoke after the game about the thrown objects and the team's resilience through it all. Here's what Coach Prime had to say.
They've thrown everything but my mom at me. You know, in my career, you got to understand, I play baseball and football, so batteries and all kind of stuff. So this is normal. So we tried to prepare our young men for that. Thank God, a tortilla, that's what you call it, right? It's soft. It's not hard. But when they start throwing the water bottles and those other objects, that's when you got to alarm the officials and say, okay, now, tortillas are one thing, but, but water bottles and other things, that get a little crazy. But I'm proud of them because they never give up. And I don't flinch because I know who they are. I know, okay, it's going to come. It's going to come. It's not about the play calling. It's not about, we just not execute. We're not executing, doing what's called on certain plays. And you have one guy bust or another guy busted, that disarms and disables the whole darn play. And that's the kind of foolish things that happens that you may not know of.
That's exactly the type of leader you need when you're put in that unusual position. For all the perceived flaws of Deion the past few years, the man has proven he knows how to coach a good football team, and that will go beyond just this year. And I hesitate to look too far ahead because this year has the potential to be a whole lot more special. They have a winnable schedule to finish out the season and will likely find themselves in the Big 12 championship against BYU. A win there, and their spot in the college football playoffs will be solidified. And for the Buffs fans, it feels even better to know this team is led by a lot of the same individuals who went through the struggles last season. That's becoming a rarity in college football with the transfer portal, but Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and others went through all of it last season and are now reaping the rewards. Here's what Shedeur had to say about how the team has changed from last season to this one.
Everybody's playing loose and everybody's playing themselves because we know, okay, if we mess up, we're going to figure it out and we're going to get it. So it's not, nobody's playing tense anymore. I think we're going out there just being us, and that's the fun thing when it comes to football, when you're having fun.
To have that kind of confidence from your leader in all aspects of your team is a result of great coaching and a belief in the process. And that's why I believe the Buffs will make the playoffs, and this isn't a one-off type of season. A real culture has been built through all the adversity, and it's here to stay. So I say again, not so funny now, is it? And another Big 12 player that could come to a wide receiver needy NFL team near you, Broncos, is Arizona's Tetairoa McMillan. For more on him, check out this past episode of Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you in the next one.